Welcome to another episode of Yard Envy. Today's episode is kind of a sad episode, but an exciting episode. And I'll tell you why. We have lost control of the main stage, the front lawn. The Bermuda is coming in and the perennial ryegrass is going out, but man, it is rough. It is super rough. You can see behind me here, there is dirt patches, there is light patches, there's dark green patches, there's all kinds of stuff going on. And even though it's looking kind of sick, there's still some stripes in it. Let me turn the camera around and I'm gonna show you what we're dealing with today. Looking here from this angle, you can see these light spots right here. They are everywhere. But what I was trying to do was go through and kill all of this crabgrass, centipede, nutsedge, and you can see it's just on and on weeds. There's some crabgrass there. You can see this is the areas where the ryegrass is dying off from the extreme heat. And the Bermuda's coming in. You can see the Bermuda's starting to come in. But this front yard is riddled with Kalinga. Got patches of Kalinga like this. Got nutsedge, crabgrass. We got a whole area right here of centipede that is trying to come back. Now, if you remember back to when I first started my channel, my whole yard was centipede and I switched it over to Bermuda. And the Bermuda that has come in is Golden Glove Bermuda. That is Scott's go-to seed for Bermuda. So if you buy Bermuda seed at Home Depot or Lowe's and it's Scott's, it's going to be this Golden Glove Bermuda, which is right around common Bermuda. It's about the same thing. But, I mean, the weeds just keep going. I mean, there's crabgrass, more crabgrass. This area here is riddled with crabgrass as well. It is everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And it seems to me like where there's not something else growing, crabgrass will find a way to get there. Now you can see up under the magnolia tree that the ryegrass is still holding on pretty good. You can see the stripes and everything. But the hotter it gets through July and August, all this is going to be disappearing. Alright, so with all that being said, and all the weeds that we have, and the subpar Bermuda grass that's coming in, there's a few things that I coulda, woulda, shoulda done, and then there's what we're going to do. I could have put out pre-emergent to stop all these weeds, but I knew I wanted to reseed my front yard this season, so I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to have that pre-emergent stop me from being able to germinate seed. I could kill off these weeds and fertilize this Bermuda grass and get it to come in and grow in, and I can mow it 1.5 or 2 inches and have a nice green yard. But I want to go to the next level. I don't want to stay with grass that can be cut at 1.5, 2 inches. I want to go sub 1 inch and stay sub 1 inch. So what we're going to do is start a yard renovation. We're going to kill off everything. And then we're going to water it until anything that's left living will come back. And we're going to kill that too. We're going to kill everything big enough to die. And while it's kind of sad that we're doing this, like I said in the beginning, I'm kind of excited about it too. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to my Golden Glove Bermuda. The sun has already taken the ryegrass out of the picture. And there's no way that ryegrass is going to make it in the extreme heats that we have here in South Mississippi. So, the only thing left to do is to kill this grass to where we can start fresh with a clean slate of the grass that we want. Now, that's enough talking about my sad grass. and how we've lost control of it. Now, let me show you what we're going to mix up to get rid of this stuff. Alright, like I said, we're going to be spraying glyphosate today. This is something I picked up at my local feed store or co-op. I think they got it at Tractor Supply too. It's 41% glyphosate, but it also has a surfactant built into it, so we don't have to worry about adding a surfactant while we're mixing this. Also, the instructions say to mix 2.5 ounces per gallon to cover 300 square feet. I have a 3-gallon sprayer here, so if I mix 2.5 ounces per gallon, that'll be 7.5 ounces to fill up this with the water. But I'm not looking to just kill some weeds or kill a little grass. I'm looking for absolute nuclear devastation here. I want everything that is living in my front yard dead, dead, dead. So I'm gonna go double rate. And yes, this is glyphosate, the stuff that everybody sees in the news, that people are going to court over, that makes your babies born naked and all that kind of stuff. But that's why I have gloves on, that's why I have rubber boots on, and you need to make sure that you wear long pants and do not get this stuff on your skin. Also, if you're wearing a watch, which I normally do, if it has a cloth or a leather band, make sure you take it off, because if you get this stuff on that watch band and you think you can wash it off, you're wrong. That is going to sit on your wrist and you're going to be pumping glyphosate into your skin like wearing a nicotine patch. So make sure you take off that watch, and do not wear leather boots. This stuff will soak into leather boots. You need rubber boots and rubber gloves. Like I said, we're going double rate with it. Double rate would be 5 ounces. So I'm going to go double in some change. I'm going to go 6 ounces. I like even numbers. Alright, now we'll go ahead and top off our pump up sprayer with water. And those of you that don't know, surfactant is already in this product. That is what helps it stick to the plant, because a lot of weeds repel water. So this stuff will break down that barrier and allow this glyphosate to soak into the plants. Now you want to remember, this stuff will get on anything and kill anything that is actively growing. So if you have plants or bushes or anything or flowers in your flower beds, you might want to get a piece of cardboard to help block as you spray whenever you go past those. The way that glyphosate works is that it gets on the leaf, and as long as it's actively growing, the leaf will take it in and it'll go to the root system and kill the plant completely. That way it doesn't come back. Some plants like Bermuda grass take multiple applications. So let's put this stuff out. We'll see how many it's going to take us. Well, we did it. We killed the yard. It's all dead, every bit of it. So, what are we gonna do next? Well, all this dead grass has to come up. So, we're gonna use our Allett mower and our scarifier and get all this grass up. Let's take a look at it. Hi, this is Allie. You've seen her in other episodes of my Allett Kensington. These mowers are absolutely amazing. And if you ain't got one yet, you need to get one. Not only does this thing help you keep your yard beautiful, don't mind the dead yard right now, but during renovations like this, it makes work a breeze. You don't have to go rent no equipment. All you gotta do is change cartridges. This thing is amazing. This quick change cartridge setup, it makes this more than just one machine, which I've said in the past. I gotta say, the UK builds some pretty nice machines. So we're gonna change this cartridge out, get the reel out of here, put the scarifier in, and we're gonna go through and rake up any debris and all the dead grass that we can, and get all that stuff up, all the leaves, everything, and start with a fresh slate. But the good thing about this is whenever you're scarifying, it kind of roughs up the surface of the soil just a little bit too, so it's gonna make a good seed bed for whenever we get ready to plant our Bermuda. So let's get this thing put in and get started. And I also want to add, I didn't just spray this one time with glyphosate. I sprayed it, waited 2 weeks, and then sprayed it again because I actually had some Bermuda coming back, some nutsedge, and a couple of pieces of crabgrass. So I sprayed it, waited 2 weeks, sprayed it again, and here we are a week after my last spray. Everything else is dying, so let's scarify. As you can see, we got a good seed bed. I think if I lay down in this stuff, I might start germinating. But that scarifier, you can see right here, whenever it pulls up that dead grass, and I know there's still some here, and that's fine, I'm good with that. But whenever it pulls up that dead grass, it also kind of grooves the ground and the dirt a little bit. Similar to a slit seeder, but I'm not calling it a slit seeder. But you can see it's got a really good seed bed now. It is pretty much all dirt. There's still some old grass up here, but that'll just kind of help the seed stay in place on this hill here. So I'm fine with that. And eventually it'll deteriorate or whatever. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Well, at least I've been waiting for it. I've had this bag in my shop for about a month now, so it's about time we put it out. But what this is here is Arden 15. This is basically the new version of Priness77 Bermuda grass. This stuff is certified hybrid Bermuda grass. You're supposed to put this out at 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet for a new yard. I'm gonna go a little heavier than that. I don't want to have to fight trying to get it to spread. It's the end of July right now, and we've got August and September, and even October's hot down here in South Mississippi, so I've still got 3 months, but I want to make sure I've got really good coverage and a high success rate. So I'm probably going to put out this whole bag. I might save a little bit. This area here that I'm seeding is 7,500 square foot. So according to this, it says 2 pounds per thousand. I wouldn't need but 14 pounds. 14 and a half, 15, whatever. The way I like to put out my seed is the same way I've always said in my videos. I put the seed in there and I don't put it on any particular setting except for I keep it real low. That way I can make vertical and horizontal passes, or I guess you could say north, south, east, and west. And I may go over this over and over and over, but it'll give a more uniform spread or a more uniform rate. I am going to go around the edges by hand because I don't have a drop spreader. I'm going to go around the edges by hand and make sure that I don't get it in my flower beds, because it's going to break my heart to kill any of this if it gets somewhere it's not supposed to be. So I'm going to go around the edges and do the edge of the flower beds here and over by the magnolia tree, and then we're going to load this in here and spread it out and finally get this renovation completed. Another thing you may be wondering is why I didn't aerate, and I don't have any compaction problem, so the aeration wasn't necessary, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep just a little bit here, probably about 2 pounds.
Yeah. Acted kinda innocent this morning. You don't wanna talk it out. I agree the talking feels pointless. Still it happens every night. You know that I need ya, but I'm so sick of this, not sure I can leave ya. It'd be so hard to quit, but every night that we explode, wish I could walk out that door. Hate that I need ya.
It is hot out here in this humidity. I mean, it's a cool day, but man, it's hot. All right, here we got some Stay Green starter fertilizer. The numbers on this are 18 nitrogen, 24 phosphorus, and 6 potassium. But that phosphorus is going to give us good root development and help germination. This bag covers 5,000 square feet. I've got 7,500 here, so I'm going to use 2 bags. I always like to use a little more. Maybe I'll get some quicker germination. We'll see what happens.
I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way. Nothing can ruin my day, no matter what anyone does or say. I smile at fools. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is mine.
Like I was gonna say, the next step is to water the seed in. But it's a good thing I kept about 2 pounds of grass seed. That way, if this happens, which it always happens, if you do an overseeding or if you do a complete renovation, you can guarantee there's going to be a storm. Every video I've ever watched or made, same thing. So, I had planned on not raking it in, but I had planned on taking my Allett and going over it and using the rollers to roll in the seed, which I may come out here tonight and do that with some lights. But now everything that we've done on this job is important, don't get me wrong, but the absolute most important thing is watering your seed. I see people complaining on forums and comments all over the place, and comments on other videos. And they're like, I put out seed and it didn't work. I watered it once a week. Well, there's your problem. You have to water this 3 to 4 times a day. You have to keep the seed moist. If the seed dries out, it will die and it will not germinate. You have to keep the seed moist. So, when I get a minute and a break in the weather, I'm going to drag out my sprinklers. I know where to put them. I know how to cover it, and I know what to set it on. I have an automatic sprinkler. I'll get it set up and I'll set it to water 4 times a day, just to keep that seed moist. The rest is just a waiting game. Typical germination for Bermuda seed is 7 to 10 days, somewhere up in there. Well, it's raining, it's about to get dark, and I'm wore out. So I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the views and all the comments and all the emails and everything and all the support. My schedule's a little off right now for making videos, but I'm going to get more consistent here in the near future. Obviously, killing this and waiting on it was time consuming, along with a vacation that I went on. So just stay tuned, stick with me, and I'll be pumping out those videos. Just don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Still trying to get those subscriber numbers to go up. And don't forget to hit that like button. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you. You can see, it didn't wash it away. All these little dots, that's the seed. I thought it was all gone and all washed away.